Hello everyone, my name is Ifeanyi Tony Jr. One of my favorite teachings on the gospel came from a children's story written by one of my favorite teachers, R.C. Sproul, titled The Lightlings. It was a story about how a king of light made creatures of light like himself, and he put them in a garden that was full of light, and they had fellowship. You already know this story. And at the point, these creatures of light disobeyed the king of light. He had told them not to do something, and they went ahead to do it. And that meant they had to leave the garden. So they wandered into the darker areas of the garden, trying to run away from what they thought was punishment that was coming from the king of light. For many years, they lived in the dark and in fear, and they continued to stumble and fall. But one of those days, they saw lights coming out from a distance in the garden behind the trees. And for some of them, they went to hide themselves, thinking that the king of lights had come to destroy them. And for others, the curious ones, especially the younger ones, they went out to check what could possibly be the reason for the light. And then they discovered a baby light, a mother light, and a father light. The father light said, "The baby is not ours. It was a gift from the king of light." And the king of light had given them that baby so that they can be restored back to light, right? And then the little lightlings worshipped the king of light. And then at the end of that, they realized that it started glowing again. Previously they had lost their glow because they had lived in the dark for so long. They realized it started glowing again. So they went back to tell other lightlings. On getting back to the forest, they realized that because of their light, the forest was no longer dark, and they could work without stumbling. And so they shared the message of the son of the king of light, who had come to give them light and save them from their darkness. I tried my best to summarize the story, but it's a story that I go back to over and over. It's a simple story about the gospel, that Jesus Christ came to restore light, the same light we lost through Adam. God is the Father of lights, and we are the children of light. And so just by being, we are meant to shine light. Not by being anything extra, but just by being. I also realized from that story that if we stay close to Him, we glow. We connect to His light and we reflect His light. But when we try to stay far from Him, we walk in darkness and we stumble. So that's the story of Lights. I can't wait to share the album Lights with you. It's a complete sound.